What's up, y'all? So I was just at Meijer's and I was in line, I'm waiting, and I'm talking to this one guy. He had a Mopar shirt on with the Dodge Charger, and he was buying an orange little Dodge Charger. I was like, that's pretty cool. And we were talking back and forth about it. We brought up Dukes of Hazzard. We talked about Kid Rock. I gave him one of my cards. It was really awesome, It was him and his son. They were getting ready to go to a movie. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff, and these kids only had like 3 things. So I was like, hey, go in front of me. Just, like, look at how much groceries I just got. I was like, that'll take me forever to get done. Meanwhile, there's this older lady. She's about, I'd say 60, right behind us. And she's listening to us talk all back and forth. And I looked at her, I just sort of glimpsed back at her, and she smiled. And then she said, how was your Christmas? I was like, it was great. How was yours? We talked back and forth for a little bit. Then she stopped, and then she looked at my hat, American Badass. She looked at my shirt, Kid Rock. And she was like, we just talked for a solid 2 minutes, and we both lean completely different on the political spectrum. And then that's when I looked down and I noticed she had a LGBTQ ribbon on her, which is like, like the rainbow, and it's like a ribbon, it's a fucking ribbon. She says to me, she's like, this is the first time, I think, in a while where I realized the world isn't as crazy as people say it is. And then I told her, I was like, well, yeah, it's basically what that just told me is that, I had a solid, we had stood there, me and this other guy, because the lines are fucking crazy. You know how all the superstores are. They have 30 checkout lanes, and they only got 3 open. Well, we were, this one, we were waiting in a huge ass line, so we had to talk. It would be awkward to just stand there and, just look around, not doing shit. I don't take my phone into the fucking stores, usually anyways. If I do, it's usually in my back pocket, turned off. Because I just, I hate those people who are walking around the store texting like, hey, or got their AirPods in. I think those guys are dicks. I mean, it told me something, though. The political divide that people say this country has doesn't exist. I've been saying that forever, but it just proved my point. The political divide in this country does not exist. It doesn't. The political divide in this country exists on the cell phones. That's where it exists. That's the only fucking place it exists. And that right there, me talking to this lady after talking about Dukes of Hazzard, Kid Rock, and she was still, I turned around just to look back just to see how long the line was. And she's like, how was your Christmas? She jumped right into the conversation because she was intrigued by whatever we were talking about at the time. And I'm sure she had no interest in what we were talking about, but it intrigued her because 3 complete strangers just were in line and ended up talking. I think the one kid's name was Sean, and the other kid's name, and the dad's name was Steve. I don't know why I keep calling them kids. Guess I'm a boomer. But it was a great little moment, I guess, And I wish I went back into the store to try and find the lady to take a selfie with her. I wanted to get a picture with her because just that would have been really cool to show at this divide that people say, oh, the country's divided. We're already in the Civil War. What do you mean? No, we're not. Now, will there probably be a Civil War soon? You never know. People are freaking crazy. But are we in one right now? Online, yeah. But in real life, no. Just sit down and talk to your neighbor. Just talk to the person in line next to you. Because I'm sure they have completely different views than you do. And they are a completely different person. Just talk to them. That's it. You can get in your political arguments online, but in the end of the day, real life is what matters. What anybody in the comment section of this video says does not matter. And the last thing this lady said to me before I walked off, I said, I hope you have a great New Year's. And then she said, thank you, God bless you. I'm so proud to live in this great country. That says it all right there. People just need to quit screaming and yelling at each other and talk to the person standing next to them. This is coming from a kid, 17 years old. Because I met a lady who's 62 years old, and she is a completely different background, completely different political views than I do, but we were still able to converse for probably 2 to 3 minutes. It was a checkout line. We could have probably talked for longer if we were further back in the line. But yeah, I just wanted to say this, take from it what you will. I needed to get this out there. I have a little bit of a platform. I figured I may as well use it. Stay rebel. God bless America. Happy out. Never mind. Merry Christmas!